Here are the difficult words from page number 50. First is musing, it means thoughts. Off my chest means to tell someone about something that has been worrying you for a long time. Chin in my hands means most likely uninterested in their current situation. Brooding means engaged in. Grandly means in a proud manner. Listless means lacking energy. Confide means tell someone about a secret matter or trust someone in private matter. Liable means responsible by law. Students, now we move to next stanza. Writing in a diary is really strange experience for someone like me. Me stands for Anne Frank. Not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings means deep thoughts of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Now, as Anne Frank started writing the diary, she found it really strange experience, as she was only 13 years old at that time. But not because she had never written anything before, but what she felt because it seems to be later on neither I stands for Anne Frank. What she thought about that neither she nor anyone else they will be interested in the deep thoughts of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. And who is that schoolgirl, 13-year schoolgirl? Yes, Anne Frank. She thought that no one is interested in that. No one believed that. No one will believe that these are the deep thoughts of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing. And I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest means all the worryings she wanted to just write in the diary. She said that it doesn't matter. But what she felt, she liked to write. And she was in greater need of it. Because whatever she was having, the worryings, she wanted to tell someone about that has been worrying her for a long time. And that she got her own diary. Now we move to the next paragraph. Paper has more patience than people. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. I finally stayed where I was brooding. Here, Anne Frank has expressed her faith on paper instead of human beings. What she used to say, paper has more patience than people. That means one can rely on the paper to express his or her secrets, and it listens carefully and silently. Paper can listen to us very carefully and silently instead of human beings. I thought I stands for Anne Frank of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed. She just thought about this thing when she was feeling a little depressed, and she was sitting alone at home with chin in my hands means a secret matter, or you can say most likely uninterested in the current situation. She was not at all happy with the situation they are facing, and she was bored and she was listless means lacking energy, and she was wondering about whether to stay in or go out. She was in confusion. But finally she decided that she would stay where she was brooding means engaged in. Then she said, yes, paper does have more patience. And since I am not planning to let anyone else read this stiff-backed notebook, grandly referred to as a diary, unless I should ever find a real friend, probably won't make a bit of difference. Now she was just saying that paper, yes, she agreed with that. paper has more patience. And as since she was not at all planning that anyone else should read that stiff bag is used for the notebook, she referred it as a diary. Unless she find a real friend, she will not allow anyone to read her stiff back notebook, that is diary, unless she find a real friend. It probably won't make a bit of difference. She thought that it doesn't make any difference. Now I'm back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. Now just she came back to that point. What just prompted her to keep a diary? That is, she don't have a close friend. This is the reason she considered her diary as a close friend. As Anne Frank, she started writing a diary. She wanted to make something clear to the readers. She said, "Let me put it more clearly. Since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. And I'm not. I have loving parents and a 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good home." She just made it clear to the readers that since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. She said, "No, I'm not at all alone." She was having loving parents, 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people she could call friends. She was having a family, loving aunts, and a good home. No one on the surface I seem to have everything except my one true friends. She said that she on this surface, on the earth, she was having lots of friends, but not a true friend. All I think about when I'm with friends is having a good time. What she used to say that when she used to be with her friends, she was having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. What she used to, she was disturbed because with them she only can share that only ordinary everyday things only, not the secret, because she was not having any true friend. We don't seem to be able to get any closure, and that's the problem. She was having the friends, but she didn't seem that she was closer to them. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other. My stands for Anne Frank. She considered about herself. She thinks that maybe her fault that she was not able to confide me, so just share the secret with each other. In any case, that's just how things are, and unfortunately, they are not reliable to change. She said that the thing that these things, unfortunately, they are not going to change. This is why I have started the diary. I have stand for Anne Frank. That is the reason, because she was not having any close friend. She started writing diary so that she should share the secrets, her personal thoughts or personal information to someone, and that she considered as a diary. To enhance the image of his long awaited friend in my imagination, I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary in the way most people would do, but I want the diary to be my friend, and I'm going to call this friend Kitty. She said that this to enhance means to increase the quality, the image for of a long awaited friend What she just thought about, she waited along for her best friend, and that was in her imagination. She said that I miss Anne Frank. She doesn't want to jot down, means to write down the facts in this diary the way most people would do. The way most people used to write down diary, that way she's not going to write down. But why she want the diary? That she wanted the diary should be her friend. And she was going to call her diary or friend Kitty. She named her diary Kitty.